What up, everybody? If everybody come up on in the place to be. What up, everybody? We're gonna wait everybody to get in. Wait for folks to get in. Wait for everybody to get in. Wait for everybody to get on in. As you come in, smash the like button. Tell a friend to tell a friend. What up? What up? Nova, what's happening? Nova, I'm so glad you got on to catch me. I need to hit you up on IG. I want you to be a guest on my podcast one of these nights, or evenings, I should say. I'm doing good, doing good. Doing a special podcast tonight. I got two guests, but yeah, one of these days I want to get you on because I want to get some ladies, know about cars, know about tech, know about whatnot. I want to get them in. Mark calling on what is happening, what is good. Let me know if y'all can hear me loud and clear. I'm using a different Bluetooth microphone today. What's up, Queen B? So everybody can hear me. Thumbs up, you can hear me. So yeah, Nova, like I was saying before everybody got on. What up, B-Lo? What's happening? B-Lo, your promo's coming. I'm working on your promo to go on IG. It's coming soon. B-Lo's gonna be on here. As y'all see B-Lo 25 when he's gonna be on here on Thursday coming up. What up, Loyalty T? Good to see you again. But yeah, Nova, when you get a chance, just hit me up on IG. It's still the same, New York in your city. And let's chat about it. I want to get you on. People want to know about your Nova stuff. I had people send me messages. For those that don't know, I had a slew of messages sent to me. What day was that? Wednesday of this week. After Cum Laude's interview, shout out to Cum Laude for doing that. Real cool, brother. I had 57 IG messages, and they were all basically about people just getting on. Period. And I was like, wow, they wanted to go ahead. Queen, you never know, hit me on IG. My IG is on my tag that's following at the bottom right here. That's following right at the bottom, right there at the bottom. Is New_York_in_your_city. That's how you find me. All right, y'all, without further ado, the man, the place to be is here. Let me go get him on in, and let me welcome him in proper light. Welcome in on proper light. Coming to the stage, special guest, Memphis Mike. I know he's doing it like several times trying to get in. Hold on. Let's do this. There he is. There he is. What is happening?
Man, nothing much, man. I messed around and was trying to join through the link you sent me, but on Android, you gotta go through Samsung Internet. I can't go through Instagram.
No, yeah. You gotta copy the link and paste it. They just started doing that. I don't know why Samsung started doing it, because I have a Galaxy Note. That's what I'm using right now, talking to you on.
Yeah, that's what.
And for some reason, you got to do that. I don't know why it just started that, and it's kind of crazy. But I found the workaround. What I was able to do was just go straight to switch it over to desktop, and it connect me right on. I was able to click the link, connect on.
Yeah, man.
I was able to connect on. Everybody just starting to get on. But man, how was your Saturday? I saw the post you put up. But I said, man, he in there working hard already on something.
Man, I was up. I've been working on the cutlass today. I went over there and got some things done to it. I didn't get out.
Wait. The gray one with the maroon burgundy top.
Yep. I went over there, did a little work on it today.
Second promo. Do you know how many people asked me, is that car for sale? I was like, what?
Man, I ain't gonna even talk about that part because he really made me mad with it. I ain't even through with the car and he got an offer. He told me hurry up and finish so we can go.
Oh, wow. He ain't waste no time.
And I'm gonna waste some time because I'm gonna make his ass mad. I'm not gonna finish it. I told him just send it like it is. I don't want no money. Don't even give me no money.
Damn. Yeah, I had about 5 or 6 people hit me about that Cutlass, and they were talking right money, and I was like, look, I said, go to his IG, hit him with a message. I know nothing about it for sale or not. I said that was just a clip I used off of his page for the promo. That was it. I didn't use it for nothing else, just for that. I said it runs like a beast. It sounds good. I like the LS3 combo he did with it, and I'm just leave it at that.
That car runs so good. I see everybody saying, hey, I tell them I don't be reading the comments. When I look at the comments, I have to bring up a different screen. So, but yeah, man.
All right, y'all. So bear with them with the comments. What I'm gonna do is, man, I have it on the big screen. That's what I have to do. I got it on the big screen. I'll read off some of the comments to them. You know, if y'all got any questions and whatnot. You know, Belo's in the place to be.
I know his ass. He probably gonna pull up in a few minutes. I know he'll be over here in a minute. Knowing him, you know, he'll pull up.
But I had a few people ask some questions that I kind of pulled from what they sent me. One was about the Cutlass. Well, a few of them about the Cutlass is for sale. Another one is they was asking about the whole thing when you was doing the rear end. It was like, well, how far did you notch your frame? They saw, you know, what your footage you showed about you doing basically the how the wheels sit. They was like, well, did he shorten his rear end? How much did he shorten it? Did he notch his frame by how much?
Well, you know, my car is a frame also. The frame was notched when I took the car off the frame. It was already notched. It was set up to be, you know, long as one day when I got the rear end shortened, it could be shortened and I wouldn't have no problems. But I got the rear end back today. I got it right here. Let me show it to y'all. I got it right here.
And for the record for everybody, that's why our live for yesterday got changed to the day because he wanted to show the rear end.
Yeah, I couldn't pick it up.
With it. I said, and that's why I put out the special announcement so everybody can see. Man, it's set up nice.
Yep. He cut it. I got it cut.
I got bushings on there.
Yeah, I got an inch cut off on each side. These bushings are coming out. I'm actually taking these out right now. I'm out here working. I'm putting these in.
I had somebody else ask me, where did you get the plates from for the Corvette package to fit on it, for the Corvette disc brakes to fit on it? The plates.
From Mr. Get In There on YouTube. He on YouTube and Instagram. I think
he sure is.
Yeah, I got it all from him. This whole little bragging kit right here.
Okay. For those that asked that question, whether you watch it now or you watch the replay, he answered your question because they asked me that question like 8 times.
Because right now,
and I told him I would answer it. I said I would ask him that. I would ask him. You don't have to ask me 8 times.
So what I do is, like right now, this about where I wanted to sit right here. But I got to do a little work under here, right? See, the frame is notched right there. If you can see it. But look where I am. I got more room to go in. That's rubber and stuff. I'm burning rubber. Don't pay that no attention.
Okay. Now, from when you showing that picture right there, when a buddy of mine that has 87 Saloon Cutlass, his whole thing is notched from right there, and I forgot who he got to do it, but I helped him put the rear in. He ordered a 9-inch Ford rear in instead of getting the one he had cut. He just saw a whole package.
If they
bought it.
If they screenshot it, like this is what we said there. We got room to go in some more. I got the rear end shortened an inch. Right now I'm only sitting in about I may be sitting in 3/4 right now. but I got the rear end shortened the inch, so we're gonna clear the fender wells pretty good. You'll be able to run your hand up in there.
The Beast 15, who's been following your build from the beginning, like me, he said, is that an 8.5 rear end that you started with?
No, I started with a 7.5. I started with 7.5. And last year when I changed to the LS3 and the 6L80, I was told I was probably gonna destroy that rear end. So I went ahead and sold it before I did. And I sold it and pretty much I did pretty good on selling it and coming out with this one here. It didn't hurt me.
Hey, I like that whole package setup. I really do. I like the whole package setup. I like how it's gonna sit because I already know. And for people that don't know, the way that's gonna sit, those wheels are gonna sit nice and tucked in, like it came from the factory. And with the coilovers he got, because I got those same style coilovers on mine, on my Deuce Accord in the front, it's gonna make a big difference in the ride. And it's gonna ride clean. It's gonna ride fat. It's gonna ride like a brand new Cadillac.
Oh yeah, yeah. And that's what we're looking for. Right now, I'm just out here, getting stuff together. I got stuff everywhere. But
is that a drive shaft loop over there to the right?
Yes, that is a drive shaft loop.
And I'm gonna tell people right now, when you build a lot of these cars, please put those on because they are a lifesaver. If you see my other video where Cum Laude drive shaft came out and hit up in the floorboard, that will help. That piece right there will help from that coming through the car, or destroying something else, or destroying somebody else's car you passing by.
Yeah, and I got that from Adis Performance on Instagram. If you on Instagram, hit up Adis Performance. I think he on Facebook too. But pretty much I got that I got it cheaper than what you and I sell it for. So he gonna always give you the better deal. He gave me a pretty good deal on pretty much everything you see.
Wow.
Pretty much everything. Yeah, pretty much. Any parts I order for my car, I order through him. Yeah.
Well, y'all hearing it? He's giving us the jewels and the gems. And man, I already know how that setup's gonna look. It's gonna be nice. Man, you're gonna be burning rubber like no other.
The goal is
wheels are gonna churn like they're supposed to.
Oh yeah. The goal is to have this in the car and done by next Friday.
Like that could be done.
Yeah. I do all my own work, so I ain't counting on the shop. I'm only counting on me. I do all my own work. So pretty much the axles will be here Wednesday. I ordered some adjustable upper control arms for the back, so that when I drop the car, the rear end won't be pointed in the wrong direction. Which I needed the up the lowers too, but I ended up just getting the uppers at a good deal, so I grabbed them. And pretty much, man, like when the axles get here, the goal is to that day have everything set up and ready. So when I put the axles in, I slide the C-clips back in, lock everything down, fill it up with fluid. Put my gasket filling stuff on, fill it up with fluid, and just be done.
Shout out to Channel So Lit for stepping up in the place to be. Y'all check out chosenbeats.club. That is the man that makes my beats for my channel. He got some sick beats. And Tanner, I must say, I appreciate the beats that you just sent me. Man, once it gets all popping good, man, I'm setting up that contract with you so I can get steady beats from you all the time. So appreciate you for stepping up in the place to be.
Yeah, man.
Well, that is definitely what's up. Like, I appreciate thank you for coming in and showing that. Because I know that was one of the jewels and gems you wanted to definitely show. And as y'all see, he's doing his own work. It ain't in nobody's shop.
Yep. You see people hanging around, laughing, talking about your car, nothing. It's all me. I'm the only person. I'm the only one that works around here. Yep. But if anybody needs to know anything, man, just hit me up on my Instagram, on my YouTube page, and I get with you, man. We can work together. I pass on the info that was passed on to me.
See, there you go, y'all. And he's not, I'm telling you from experience, he is not hard to get in touch with. It was easy for me to get in touch with him. and said, "Hey, man, I told him what I was doing and what I wanted to do, and he was with it."
Didn't even have to think about it.
Nope, didn't anything. He said, "I'm with it." I ain't gonna tell you no lie. You do make me want to go to my bar over there and pour a drink. That was one of the things I was supposed to do. But I sat down and started getting stuff together.
I pulled this out my little man cave refrigerator. I got a bunch of these back there. Girl on Instagram, Build a Bar, she make these.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah, Build a Bar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They pretty good too. They cheap too. She do good deals on them. I think she'll ship them too. So
yeah, I saw that and she said I shipped. I need to get back. I need to hit her back up.
Oh, they good, man. They good. I ain't even lie to you.
Because my stock is low, man. I had people come over here, and I got people that want to come over for the Super Bowl. I'm like, I'm gonna be at somebody else's house for the Super Bowl.
I'm gonna be home for the Super Bowl, but I'm gonna be locked down. Ain't nobody coming over here. I don't need no freeloaders this year. My team didn't make it, so ain't nobody getting nothing.
And it wasn't freeloaders. It was people bought stuff, but then the stuff I already had, they drunk up too.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then the holidays came, they drunk up the stuff. I'm like, damn, I had that whole bar full.
That's how it be. That is how it be.
I was like, all right, well, I gotta load up.
My car is super raggedy. Who the hell is this? Below 25? Hell yeah, you got some money, Jack. Ain't nothing wrong with his damn car, no way. He said he took the month of January off, so he wasn't working on his car the month of January, so.
Yeah, he said he in his recliner. He said it's cold as shit. I remember recliner watching you.
Man, I got the fireplace going. Look, I got 55,000 BTUs sitting right there, ready to warm me up at all times.
I saw it.
Man, don't play. I'm ready to get to it at any time. Right now is the perfect time.
Said he'd be at your house. He'd be at your house over Super Bowl.
Pull up if you want to. You're gonna be highly upset. It's gonna be locked down. I'm smoking my wings, so the backyard gonna be locked, Jack. You can't even get back there.
You know what, B-Lo, when I have you on Thursday, we're gonna talk about it. Shout out to B-Lo 25. He is gonna be in the place to be in the building on Thursday. We're gonna have a whole show dedicated to him, man, because we got a lot to talk about.
Hey, I'm on his ass. I'm letting you know right now. I'm finna clown the whole time. I'm gonna clown the whole, cause he good for it. But look, this how much. This what the guy that did my rear end. This what he took out of it right here. 1 inch on each side. My damn tape measure.
Oh yeah, he sure did.
Yeah, but he welded these together for me so I can take them home and I can show you.
Yeah. I know my guy Scott Performance that did my rear, that added the gears in. He tried to talk me into shortening my rear, but I told him my 6 is already tucked because I got a lot of room. Those big B-bodies got a lot of room. Then he was like, you know what? After he did my gears, he said, you know what? Nah, we're not gonna do it because it's already sitting like you want to sit. Those wheels tuck up underneath, and once you put on the skirt, he said, man, that's lady looking sexy. And I said, yeah, that's how I want it to look. I said, right now there's a little bit more air in the air shocks because we were test fitting for the box in the back at the time. And then once I get the box in, then I'm going to go ahead and let it back down a little bit. We were just testing to see how much weight we can hold in the back for what we put in it.
Yeah. But yeah, this thing here is doing its job, man. I'm out here making some plays.
It's going to be a load.
Yeah. Out here making some plays. Guess I'll show y'all a little bit before we get off. You know, my phone will get a dying and shit. But yeah, pretty much that's how it is right there. But we're going to sit in a little more than that, though. A lot more, actually. But
yeah, you know, if that's 3/4 in, it's going to set another quarter in at least.
Yeah, and see, this is sitting on a car with no work done. Yeah, the frame is nice, but if your frame ain't nice, you would sit right here, but you still would have to do some tub work. I'm rubbing the tub. I'm at my limit right here. Once I cut the inside out, I'm gonna cut the inside out, and it'll be, you know, I'll pretty much be ready to go. Once I cut all up in there, everything in there, I'm not gonna cut it out. I'm just gonna cut it, push the metal over, and see how much room I can get out of it.
Okay.
That's pretty much what I'm doing.
Trying to figure out what I'm looking at. I got it on my big screen as well. So I'm watching what y'all watch. That way I can see the comments. But Somebody said, "Oh man." Bilo said, "We crashing Mike's spot and drinking all his liquor." Man, he is steady talking.
Good luck. I ain't gonna have none.
Oh, shout out to Dr. Donna. Dr. Donna Watson. I didn't know you was up in the place, Bill. I'm so sorry. Thank you for joining, coming on in and joining. She said that she was talking to Tanner, said he's speaking highly on your beats, and then poof, there you are. Yeah. As soon as you jump to the place to be, I got to say nothing but happy stuff about it. Queen Bee always eating. She eating happy. She said, I'm happy eating raspberry sherbet. Always eating. Oh,
Raspberry
somebody
sherbet.
else asked me, I almost forgot before you got off. Somebody asked me about your top. They said, did you run the drains through the front or out through the back?
I ran the drains down all four corners of the car, just like you would if you had a sunroof. If you go to a custom shop and they put one in, they gonna put the drains in. I ran them down the pillars right here. They coming off right here, right? So they come down just like this. And then I got them linked through the trunk. I got them coming out. I got them draining right here at the bottom. I drilled me a hole and dropped the tube through there.
Okay, the same way mine is.
They long as hell. So yeah, they long as hell. You can work with them however you need to.
Yeah, and like I tell people, I didn't have the time to do mine, and I got a great deal. Thanks God for Groupon. Top King here in KC, they did mine, and it's all four drains run down each pillar, and I haven't had any leaks, any problems.
Nah, you're not gonna have no problems. No problems.
And mine is that big moonroof one touch. It's made for a big Windstar van or either a Ford Explorer.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do
the thing about it is I got that quarter top in the back, so I had to do something a little different. And then when he said, "Look, I got this new in the box that works with the Groupon deal that you bought," and when he showed it to me, I said, "Oh hell yeah!" I jumped on it.
Yeah, right now, it's a high saucery on deck.
Tanner said, "Good choice of rims." He said, "Yo, them billets look good."
Nah, these not billets. These are just forged core wheels.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, they forged core wheels. Not Corleone, core. C-O-R, that's
core. It. Yep, I know which one you're talking about. I remember seeing, when I first seen after you got that car done, I saw it in person. That's when you had the forges on it with the
I had the Ruchis on it.
That's what it was.
I started out with Ruchis.
You had the Ruchis on it.
Yeah, I started out with Ruchis.
I was like, man, I said, man, those look good. But you know what? I know a lot of people that I spoke to, they were all having issues with Ruchis left and right, with them leaking, with them doing this, doing that, doing this. But then some people I know haven't had any problems with it. Because at the time I thought about switching mine to forged wheels, something totally different than what I got on my car now. And I ended up bumping into the dude from Sandman Designs, and we talked at a car show. And that's when he said, look, I'm coming out with a set of wheels. And then he started showing me some pictures of it. Then the following year I went to a show and he had a display and it looked nice. It was like a tug of war between them, Corleone Forge, MTW, the core wheels you got. It was so many to go with. I said, you know what? I'm gonna keep what I got right now, and then maybe down the road I'll do something different because I wanted her to get this motor work done. I wanted her to get the car to slick so he can go ahead and do the interior and whatnot. But
this damn phone finger is down. I'm on 6%. I guess it's this thing here to be killing it because I was on 30 when you called. When I first got on, I was 30%. It drains
real fast. Like you gotta have it on. You gotta have it on there 100%.
Man,
this thing pulls a lot of battery.
Man,
mine is plus when I'm talking to you.
She's gonna make her thirsty.
Well, y'all, before Memphis might get cut off, we're gonna thank you for coming in and blessing us with this part 2. And a sneak peek, and we're gonna have him on again when he got everything done, or whenever you want to come back on, and we're gonna do it again.
She said, "What I'm sipping on? I'm sipping on some of that good stuff."
Queen Bee, it's somebody online that puts that together, and I remember I reached out to them, I think it was, about it, and they said they ship, so I need to contact them back again. Matter of fact, I'm gonna ask them to be a guest on here so they can talk about it. because I like what she's doing with it.
Yeah, I got you on that. But yeah, y'all hit me up, man, if y'all got any questions, man. I'm gonna go ahead and put this thing on charge before it go all the way dead.
Nah, we don't want that. All right, Mr. Mike, shout out to you.
Okay. Hit me
And
up,
y'all
man.
don't go nowhere because Demon Durango's gonna come on next. All I gotta do is hit him up. He said he'll jump on in because he wanted to take over my whole thing.
All right, man.
All right, man. All right, y'all. All right, man. He's doing big things with that rear, man. Doing real big things. We're gonna take a quick commercial break, maybe about a half a minute. That's pimp style when you hear half a minute. About a half a minute. Let me go ahead and let my next guest know to come on in the place to be. So tune in. Y'all hold on for about 1 millisecond. Let me get him up on in here. All right, y'all. Sorry. Hopefully that didn't take too long. Hurry up and do that real quick. Let me know if y'all can still hear me, so we can still talk about some things. Yeah, Nova. I am on Instagram. My link thing is at the bottom, scrolling across. As you see, smash the like button. I'm on IG and TikTok as well. I'm definitely on there because I know, like I said, we need to talk about you getting on. Need to have some ladies on here to know about cars on. So definitely would love to have you on as a guest. Okay, I got somebody sending me something. Okay, not sure what that is. Hopefully today everybody had a great Saturday today. I know I did. Pretty great day. MC, what's happening? What's happening, MC? What's happening? Glad you come up in a place to be. Nova, hopefully you find me on. If you don't, let me know. I'll go ahead and find you real quick and send you a message. But I'm sorry, y'all, my tripod thing for this phone that I got that I'm using, it's an old tripod and it's on its last leg. So I'm having to hold it for now and hold the tripod at the same time. So y'all bear with me. But one of the things I wanted to say was, I want to thank y'all for coming in and rocking with me on a Saturday. This ain't one of my normal days. My normal days, Tuesdays and Thursdays, but that may change too. And definitely going to talk about that. What may change with that is I got a lot of people that have responded back to me and some that have just basically hit me up and want to come on. And it may not be on these same days. It might be a day like today. Like, for instance, my next guest, he only had a certain amount of time where he can get on. Man, I got to pause for a second. Paul, I just seen something. Pimpin' TV. What is happening? What is happening? He said, I'm about to hit the stage. I'm going to hit your line tomorrow around 5. All right, Pimpin', my line will be open. If you don't get me, please text me. I will be in the place to be. But my line is always open. So definitely hit me up. Oh, shoot, y'all. Just got a notification. Yo, without further ado, I'm introduced the man himself. He said he was taking over my whole live. I know y'all seen the promo. So I'm going to go ahead and get him on here. And shout out to him. What is up, Durango?
How we doing, my
on the
brother?
place to be.
Good, man. Good to see you. How you doing, man? How's everything, my brother?
Man, everything is good. It's been a great day today. Shout out to you, man, and appreciate you for taking time out of your busy schedule. What y'all don't know is this man is so busy, it's so hard to catch him. And when he hit me up and said, look, I got this time and this time for you to catch me, I said, you know what? I'm scheduling in. I'm moving stuff out the way. I don't care what's going on because I needed this brother man on, and I wanted people to know who he is.
Hey, man, I appreciate you, my brother. Listen, My pleasure. When you reached out and I saw what you were doing, I saw your movement. I said, man, this is something I definitely want to be a part of. I definitely want to be behind. And I'm big humbled and definitely honored to even be a part of it, man. Thank you. I appreciate you. You
I
know,
appreciate it.
yeah, man. So usually I'm running and gunning. I have several different businesses I run and a family and some I touched upon in some of my earlier videos that I had significant health issues over the past 8 or 9 years, and it helped me gain a new perspective on life once I was able to overcome most of it. So when you take into all those things into account, yeah, man, it's I'm always moving around, and as long as the good Lord wakes me up every morning and gives me that good health, I'm gonna go labor away what I got to do. So that's always my mantra. When I wake up in the morning, I say, thank you for waking me up. I'm going to go do what I got to do. And when I get back at night, I say, thanks for getting me back to my pillow, my man. And that's it. You know, I always say big blessings. If you look in the comments, I'm always spreading to everybody big blessings, because I want to always remind people the blessings we have around us.
A lot of people say they really can't hear you. They was like turn up your volume a little bit.
Okay. Yeah. Hold on a second here. Let me see. Is that better? I know I'm on my, let me see if I get a headset here going, if that'll be better.
Yeah, that's what I got on. I had to turn on my headset, my Bluetooth headset, because if I don't turn it on, everybody can't hear me loud and clear.
Great. All right. Let me get you. Pardon me for not being a little more set up better that way. We're actually celebrating Chinese Lunar New Year at the house with the family. So we got a little bit of a celebration going on and everything else. And I said, I'm still going to make time for my guy, New York, because like I said, I love the movement. I love everything you're doing. Just give me 1 second. I'll put you guys down here. All right.
Definitely appreciate it. Nova, I got your notification.
Okay. How about now? Do you guys hear me better now?
Oh, loud and clear. I can hear you loud and clear. Let me turn the volume down. Hold up.
Okay. Hold on. All right. Sorry about that, folks. We had a little technical difficulty there, but we got it fixed, I think.
Pimpin said he wanted to do the show. Pimpin, we're going to talk about that. When you call me, we're going to talk about it. Because I've been telling you I want to get you on. So we're going to talk about
it. Ask Pimpin, is he bringing himself down to Dallas? That's what I want to know.
Yes, Pimpin, are you coming to Dallas? Are you coming March 7th? That's the thing. I got asked by Mr. Demon Durango himself. He want to know if you coming down.
That's a good brother right there. Him, Catfish, the whole Shy Squad. Shout out the whole Shy Squad. Shout out the whole G Squad. Shout out Demonology. Shout out Mod to Fame. All the YouTubers that we all watch and love to see their channels grow and see the things they're doing and all participate and almost feel like an organic growth part of it, because we watch these guys come up from the seed, as they say, right?
Definitely. Nova, yes. I'm going to accept the friend request right after this. Also, Demonology had a talk with me the other day after he did his live on IG. And I told him you was coming on here. He said, if I don't catch it, I'm going to catch the replay. He said, I might have to give Demon Durango a run for his money. He said, Dark Master want to give me the Gap sauce. He said, I might have to snatch Demon Durango's soul out. I was like, oh, wow. I said, you know what? This is going to be epic. This is going to be an epic event. I was like, I tell people, you do not want to miss this, because this is going to be something so crazy, so epic that, oh God, man, I can't stress it enough.
So all I could say is speak from my experiences. The last couple of events I did with big YouTubers and Demonology was there. One of the things I try to explain to people that they don't get to see is, there was about an hour session with really no cameras, everybody just kind of talking. And Demonology is such a great dude. He's so forthcoming with the knowledge on really how to launch a demon, launch a Hellcat, and pretty much launch and race any car. And he really touches upon the safety side of it that I think a lot of us forget. A lot of us we drive well. We've been fortunate to drive well for many years and never have an incident. But man, you don't realize how important that safety gear is if something happens to you. And then I think everybody got the calling when SRT Mush slammed the wall with his demon, because nobody thought of him as somebody as an amateur driver. And if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody, So when Demonology started to really bring up that safety aspect and really teach us and show us from the other side of it, of like, look, you can go fast and you can go fast safe and you can go home to your family and it could be a fun thing. That was one of those things that you're never going to get that if you don't go to an event like this. If you don't go to a big event, and the knowledge that's shared and the information people pass to one another, and just the car camaraderie, you'd be surprised how much we all really have in common at the end of the day.
And that's the thing. I remember seeing the video. I wasn't there, but I remember seeing the video when he hit the wall. And I was like, oh, my God, man. You know, but, you know, for him to walk away from that, that's blessings. And me and Demonology talked about that. And we talked about how he, you know, he wanted to get some of the training for it. And that's why he wanted to do the event the way he wanted to do it.
Right.
For March 7th in Dallas, for y'all that don't know.
Right.
Tell a friend and tell another friend.
Yeah.
And he basically said, you know what? I want to teach people how to be able to do it. I want to teach people how to launch. I want to teach people how to do this, teach people how to do that. And I said, you know what? I'm with that. I say, you know, sometimes there's nothing wrong with getting the extra training, even if you know how to drive your car and not do this, but it might be something you pick up. You always a student of the game, and you always want to learn how to get better.
Yes, absolutely. Especially when you start to talk about big horsepower cars. Once you step over 600 horsepower, I mean, it's another world. The cars
All right,
are
Pimpin',
different.
I'll holler at you, Pimpin'. Pimpin' said somebody just got booed off the stage, so he got to go on now.
Oh,
early.
That's it. Pimpin' got to go work.
All right, Pimpin', go do your thing. Because I already know you ain't finna get booed off.
Yeah. And
shout out to Pimpin' TV, man. He is a funny dude, man.
Yes, catch his channel for sure. Yes. And man, he got some. He's a good dude too. You know what I mean? I spent some time, and that's the other thing. Like you know, I met Demonology. I met a bunch of the guys out in Chicago and stuff like that. And you get together with people, you meet them, you hang out with them, and it's just a real blessed time. Like we really enjoyed each other's company. We really got to share knowledge, whether it was by YouTube, cars, life. Again, like I said, we really found out. I hung out with Real to Real. Hung out with CJ on 32s, and you start to just say, these guys are just like me. They're car guys. They're into their cars. They do their thing. They have a family at the end of the day. They have other things going on besides YouTube, and it's just a great event to really get to see that. You know, you still see they are who they are on camera, but you get to see the rest of them, and I think that's one of the blessings that we get to do when we do these collaborations and we get together.
Exactly, and I love the collaboration. That's one of the reasons why, like I talked to you before, why I started this whole podcast thing. I was like, you know what? Wanted to be able to reach out to some folks, talk to them, and let people out here see them and see, you know what? They just like me. They got a family. They regular people, and they out here. They love cars. They love tech. They love this. They love that. And not only that, they're humble people.
That's it.
And I wanted people to see that. Like somebody has said to me in one of the so many messages I got, man, you real cool. I thought you'd be somebody, you know, that nobody can reach out to. You know, I send messages to YouTubers all the time, and they never come back and say anything. They ignore me or this. You answered my question in full detail. And then not only that, when I asked you, where did you get your parts from? You sent me the link. Most people don't do that. And I said, well, I ain't most people. I can't speak for everybody. I speak for myself, and this is what I say about myself. If I can help the next person, I'm going to help them because people help me. I don't know everything, but if I don't know it, I know somebody who may. And I'm going to reach out to them to get you there. Like for me and you talk, and I said, hey, I want to get him out of the family. And you said, done deal. I'll talk to him and try to get him on here. And I was like, you know, that's blessings. You know, we out here helping one another, and that's what it should be.
That's exactly what the entire community and the collaboration community should be, because we learn from one another. I mean, YouTube is us. It's in the name, right? It's YouTube. So I always try to encourage everybody, just get out there, pick up a camera, follow somebody you like, see what they do, try to collaborate with them, try to meet with them. I've met people from as big as Tall Guy Car Review to as small as just a 8-person subscription channel, and I treat them all the same, and I feel the same about all of them because we're all creators. And that guy at 8 subscribers right now, he may be at 8 subscribers, but then one day may come, he may be at 10,000 subscribers, and now
exactly
what? His content didn't change. He's still the same person, but now because of his subscriber base, he want to do things like that's not cool.
And you know what's so crazy? I talked about that on one of my lives, how this one guy had a question, and his question was so small, they kind of just ignored him because he was small. And now he's grown to be bigger than them. And I'm not going to tell the whole story again because a lot of people already heard it already. Go back to some of my lives and you'll see me talk about it. And the craziest thing was, while he was there, He got on and he said this, and this is at a live car show, indoor car show. I told him, I said, I remember the incident. And I told him what my screen name was. I said, it was still New York. He said, oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, you was the one that gave me the link of where to get it from. He wanted to know where the guy got the alternator from with the smaller pulley. And I said, it's a MacMan alternator. Here's their website. And the dude chumped him off. Well, he got bigger than him. The dude was apologizing like hell because he said, man, I unfollowed you because of that.
Right.
He said, all I did was ask him a question. You talking about, man, we answered that before. Go back to my other stuff. Well, he said, I was new to it and had just subscribed to you maybe a few weeks before. And I see you talking about it. So that's why I asked. And that's why for me, I would never be like that with anybody. Even if I already explained it already, I would go back. Now, if it's somebody just trolling, that's a whole different story.
Right.
But I will go back and answer it. And man,
so I have a philosophy on trolls.
I'm just not going to be one of those type of people.
Yeah.
Period. And for those that don't know, also, Demon Durango is in New York, in my old city, and where I'm from. That's home, right there in Queens.
Yes.
And I'm not even going. I forgot he's taking over my whole life. If y'all seen the promo on IG that got put out, it basically said he's taking over my whole life. I'm just sitting in the background. I'm not even the host no more. I'm sitting in the background.
All right. So with that, I give everybody a little background. I'm from Queens, New York, born and raised. These days, I'm
shout out to Queens.
Big shout out to Queens. Q Borough, Matt Thorough. We keep it all the way. You know what I mean? But I was born in Corona, Queens, home of Shea Stadium, the New York Mets. For most of the people that ain't familiar with New York, you know, Shea Stadium was in my backyard basically, and did a lot of hanging out.
That was before they changed it to City Stadium.
City Field, right?
City Field.
Right. So, and I spent my fair share on Southside Jamaica, down on Linden Boulevard in Merrick.
That's where I'm from.
New York, kick it. We know about the old hangout spots, and we were just actually talking the other day about how much hip hop, really good hip hop, has come out of that area, really good music in general. Ooh. And you know, as you start to catalog it and you go through, you're like, oh, wait a minute, and then this guy, and then this guy, and then this guy. So, you know, I've been blessed and fortunate to live in Queens for the early half of my life, because I feel like the stuff that I experienced growing up out here was just very unique to New York and the 5 boroughs. And, you know, anybody from the Bronx will tell you the same. Anybody from Manhattan will tell you the same about their borough. They had a very unique experience growing up in the 70s, 80s, and the 90s in New York City in the 5 boroughs, you know. It was just every borough had its own pulse.
For those that don't know, and I get access all the time, Harlem is in Manhattan, which we call it the city. Harlem is not a separate borough.
No.
Please don't think it's a separate borough. Do your history. Harlem is a part of Manhattan.
Right. It's on the northern tip of Manhattan, and the only thing that's past that is the George Washington Bridge and Alto Manhattan, Washington Heights.
Exactly.
That's what you got. So when you hear these names, you get an idea. But yeah, it just gave me a unique perspective on life. I currently have investment properties in Florida. That's my first entrepreneur business, and the whole reason I got into that was because of my injuries and because I got hurt at work. I used to work heavy duty construction and high tech communication work for a very large communication company. I won't say the name, but right here in New York City and all the boroughs. And I got hurt in a construction incident. Long story short, I had 6 surgeries between both shoulders. I have pins in this shoulder. I have pins in this shoulder. I suffered a collapsed lung during that period of time, and it was a whole life experience between physical pain and mental pain and spiritual pain. And all I could say from it is I learned a lot about myself and my own fortitude and strength. And I came out of the other side with God's blessing and his will to show me that there's more for me in this lifetime. You know, when I had the collapsed lung, I spent 7 days in the ICU in Elmhurst Hospital, and it was basically solitary confinement because the only people that could come in and see me actually was doctors. They were afraid of infection. And during those 7-day period, I got really deep perspective on life and started just counting my blessings. Started saying to myself, well, hey, forget the bills and forget the house note and forget the car note and forget all these things that consume me. Look, at the end of the day, man, I have family. I have people that care about me. I have people in the waiting room downstairs that are waiting for me to get out of this room one day. And if God blesses me with the ability to walk out of this room under my own strength and being able to breathe on my own, I'm going to take every breath of fresh air as a precious one. And I've been doing it ever since that way. And I believe that was one of the things that has truly helped me in my entrepreneurship and opening my businesses, because one of the things I tell people, I try to take the glamour away from it and try to just get to the meat and potatoes for people, because I hate to see somebody go out and stake their life on a farce. You know, I like to give people the real truth of what I see and what I do and what happens, so that this way they can plug it into their world and take the information and use it as they want. So I always tell people real estate is a great investment, and there's so many different ways to get into real estate. I got into real estate because of my construction background. I purchased a first investment home, and I actually did it all the wrong way, so that everybody can understand that when you start a business, if you do everything wrong, you can still succeed afterwards. That's kind of the best learning lesson you can have, is to do everything wrong up front before you have a lot of skin in the game and before you have a lot of things at stake. If you make those mistakes up front, guess what, man? You're going to learn a lot quick. You're going to get savvy. You're going to get resourceful. And those are the best things when you get into this world of entrepreneurship and making your own paycheck and making your own lifestyle and making your own thing. It's not glamour, you know. Yeah, you're the boss. There's a lot that comes with that. And there are some great things. You know, when I want to go to my daughter's concert at school, I can make that time. But I have to make that time. I have to build that time as an entrepreneur. I have to make sure my responsibilities are good and so on and so forth. So that's how I got into the whole house game. And then from there, I built a few rental properties. I did a few flips. I saw some pretty good profits from that, and it went well. And I got to a point where I wanted to kind of stabilize a little more and have more time, because I have a 12-year-old daughter and a 9-year-old daughter. And with my health injuries, I really can't guarantee a week schedule of myself, because there's some days I get up, I can't hear out of my right ear, I don't have feeling in my right hand. So I have to tend to those physical impairments, because I have to deal with them. So I needed to create something a little more stable and something a little more secure and less time consuming, because doing property in Florida, you have to travel a lot. I have to hire crews out there. I have to find people. So this is intensive work. I opened the food distribution business with my brother recently. And if you guys go on my channel, you'll see I started doing a series. I'm going to start to do some more documentation, because, you know, just like me and New York spoke, if we all share this information and we work with each other and we talk to each other, it can inspire other people like us who have same ideas and maybe don't have the outlets and the resources, somebody to talk to and say, well, how did you get an agriculture license? How did you even think of buying a food business? You know, you have business brokers out there. And for anybody that's thinking about opening a business and want to start a business, you don't always necessarily have to start from scratch. You can potentially find business brokers that can find an already established business, a site with a lease in place, a clientele book, and they can actually have the actual bottom line that business has been making for the last 5 years, and you can negotiate a purchase that way. And if you catch somebody that's looking to retire out of a business and they're more so concerned with somebody that's going to really take the business over and do it, you can actually probably negotiate a good deal. So those are kind of some of the things I tell people when they say, well, I have no money. I said, well, okay, here, you have to use your time. You have two resources in life. You have money and time, right? When you have enough time, you never have enough money. And when you have enough money, you never have enough time. It's like the hourglass of life, I always call it, you know? When you're young, you have all the time in the world, you got no money. So you spend your time, oh, how can I get money? How can I get money? When you get older, you get the money and you know you're running out of time. So you start to precious your time a little more. You read that book a little longer. That dessert is a little bit better, so on and so forth. So, you know.
Huge facts.
Yeah, just things I've learned along the way. You know what I mean? I tell people I'm not a guru sitting on a mountain. I'm just somebody that's lived a lot of life in my short 45 years. So, you know, I got into this food distribution business and I ended up purchasing it from the people that were retiring. And I ended up purchasing the business for just what the equipment was worth. So I'll say it again. I ended up purchasing the business for just what the equipment was worth. So I ended up buying their client list, their recipes, about 30 some odd $1,000 in equipment, their contacts to people in town, so on and so forth, leads to potential new customers for around $35,000 for a business that has the potential to yield $100,000, $125,000 as an owner operator business. So that's why I tell people, you know, when you sometimes are looking for something, don't be so concrete on what you envision in your head. Be lucid, be flexible, because those things is going to make the difference whether your business succeeds or not. So now I've been into this food distribution business for about a year now, and we haven't really turned a profit. We're baselining where everything is being met, inventory is being paid for, rent is being made, bills are being paid, payroll is being made, delivery vehicles are being maintained, but there is no cognitive profit, meaning we don't have anything over 10%. if you have a business and you have anything under less than 10%, you have to assume that that is just rollover money. That is money that's going to go back into your business. That is money that you have to keep on deck in case you have to hire someone else, in case you have to replace a vehicle. So whatever business it is, there's always going to be back end costs that you're not planned out for. And if you don't save that first 10% that comes in for that, you're setting yourself up for failure. You know what I mean? So again, it goes back to, like I said, being just resourceful and always the same things you yield by in your household budget are that times 10 when you're an entrepreneur. You know. So we're actually doing the distribution model because on a wholesale model, it can become an autonomous business.
Save you all their lives.
Oh, okay. That was my sister peeking in here. She's outside with the kids. They're having a fun out there and eating. But so the goal for me is to turn this business into an autonomous distribution business where I have people in place, I have things working, and I can take more time to tend to my health needs. And at the same time, my family can have what they need. It's not to be rich. It's not to drive a very expensive car or jewelry. And there's nothing wrong with those things. My goals, just these are my personal goals, is to have some stability for my family, knowing I have an underlying health issue that could flare up at any point in time and totally take me out of the game. So I feel like that same thing that could do the most harm to me is my fuel, because it's like, yeah, I have this thing. I don't know when this clock is going to tick. And you know what? Before it gives up, I'm going to take the 3 at the line. Give it to me. You know what I mean? Inbound it to me. I know there's 0.3 on the clock. I'm going to hit the shot. Give it to me. I want the ball. So, and that's the perspective I've taken away from this whole journey that I've gotten so far. So that's the business side of Demon Durango. And I don't really talk too much about that on YouTube because I'm not ever really sure how many people are interested. I do notice people mentioning comments about stuff, so now I'll try to address it or whatever the case may be. But if anybody ever wants to know more about real estate, go on one of my real estate videos or go on one of my business videos, write something in the comment and I'll respond right away. I don't know everything, but I do know what I did wrong and what I've done right so far. And that's the best knowledge I have. You know what I mean? So I hold on to that all dearly. The fun side of me is I am a fanatical car guy. My father was a machinist for 43 years. I knew sizes of wrenches before I knew alphabet. My dad's first car that I could remember that I wrenched on was a 75 Chevelle with a 350 that he bought and stroked out to a 396 with a Holly 4-barrel on the top, with true dual exhaust with the pipes that he made himself out the manifold, real built car himself. I have pictures of him when I was a kid of him standing in the engine bay. My dad's only 5'3". And so he's not a big guy in stature, but he's a big man in my life. And, he could stand literally in the engine bays and work in there. And I just remember that being like a staple thing of growing up. And see, my dad would come home dirty from doing machine work all day, building tools, building blocks, doing whatever, and then sit down and the doorbell would ring. And so, Louis, my car don't start. All right. And he'd go right back downstairs and help somebody get their car started because that guy was on his way to the midnight shift and he was security or he was a plumber. And they needed help, and my dad was like, this is my thing. I got to go help them. So he tried to always chase me away from cars because he wanted me to you're going to go to college. You're going to be a doctor. You're going to be on this, that, and everything else. But gasoline in the blood. Sorry. He said when I was 12, I had the fever because he saw me driving my friend's 74 Impala down the block, the big Impalas, the 4-door, the ones you had to drive.
Oh, yeah, the big 4-door glass house.
You drove it like this. You took the steering wheel like this to go straight. So, and we used to call it the Gugmobile because it was just like gug, 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 and right down the road. You know what I mean? And my dad saw me. He said, boy, if you don't get out of that car, I'm going to snatch your head. But he knew from then I had it in my blood. So my car that I...
You know what's so crazy? I remember so much of those big cars in New York. Even though I was born in the 80s, people were still driving them. And those and the Cadillacs and whatnot. And, man, it just brings back some memories.
Yes. 8 people going to the beach. 4 people across the front bench. 4 people across the back bench. The seat sticking to you. And the best times, man.
Those trips to Jones Beach, Coney Island.
Field 4, come on, brother. You already know. Coney Island, all that, exactly. And those cars were the original SUV. Because when you had that car, it was like, how many people can you get in?
Because that's all you had. What SUVs went out then. I remember when the minivan came on, when the Caravan came out, the Dodge Caravan came out. What was that? 85, 86?
84, 85, yeah.
I remember when those came out. Some of them had the wood panels, some of them did, and it was like, okay, that's going to change. Now you can carry more kids. Now you ain't going to see people in the station wagon the big cars. But then the price at the time was too high for people to afford.
Yeah, it was a luxury vehicle in the sense of that nobody was going to pay that kind of money for it. And you still had, you know, the automotive world went through a weird transition in like the early to mid 90s. People stopped fixing their cars. And I only saw this because my dad was a machinist. You know, the 70s cars and the early 70s and 80s cars, every 60, 70,000 miles, you had to redo those heads. The gaskets really didn't last. The gas had lead in it. It wasn't really as refined as it is nowadays. So those motors were not 100,000 mile motors. So people fixed those cars.
No.
And after you refix that motor, you wasn't going to go throw that car away and buy another one. You just spent whatever you spent. And you said, no, that's it. I'm going to drive this one. And they were tanks. I mean, my dad's Chevelle got front-ended by, I forgot what it was. I think it was like a K car. And the K car was demolished. And all he did was take his bumper and put it in the trunk and say, oh, I got to send that out. It got dented because it was a steel bumper. You know, his Chevelle bumper probably weighed as much as the plastic front end on that K car. You know what I mean? And so once they started going to 100,000 mile cars and more reliability and better gasoline and oils was a big thing too. When they came out with synthetic oils and they came out with the synthetic antifreezes that keep the temperature
Do you know
lower.
the game changed when they came out with that?
Yes.
Like
it changed the game.
Now they have synthetic oil. You can ride a whole year.
Right. And the RPM it could sustain, and the heat it could sustain, and the viscosity of it. It's amazing what they've done with, you know. And my dad saw it coming because as he was machining, he says, "Man, they're going to all aluminum." And I'm like, "So what does that mean, Dad?" He goes, they got to be coming up with something because those aluminum heads are going to get warped and they're going to get cracked if people overheat them and they get worn too fast. So they got to come up with something. And that's when you saw the synthetic fluids start coming out. Kept them cooler, kept everything. Then fuel injection came out, kept everything cooler, kept everything running right.
I remember if you wanted to keep something cooler, you had to use the water wetter. A lot of people don't know what that is.
No, they don't. That's old school stuff, man. That's all old school stuff.
That's how far I go back.
Yeah, exactly right.
Basically, everybody that's still on here, water wetter came in a little bottle, and it was pink. You put it in your antifreeze, and it keeps it guaranteed 20 to maybe 30 degrees cooler,
yeah,
than what the average run is.
Right.
Which was basically a synthetic blend that turned your antifreeze to a synthetic blend. Right. Now they sell it that way. They used to sell the antifreeze, straight antifreeze, and you had to mix it with water. You had to put this much in, then you had to add 50% water.
Yeah,
now you don't do it no more. You throw it in the car.
That's it. It's orange, it's purple, it's green, it's all different. You don't even know anymore. When a fluid comes out of a car, you don't even know what it is anymore because they have so many different synthetics and different stuff.
That's
your
like power steering fluid
and your brakes. Yeah, and
I remember power steering fluid and transmission fluid was the same thing.
Right. Now, you use the same bottle for both. Yep.
You like, we got transmission fluid. Yeah, that works for that. You do that now. Some of these cars.
You can't. Recipe for death. So, you know, it's one of the reasons why I love my Fox body. You know, I have an '86 Fox body Mustang GT. It's an all original car. It's got 88,000 miles on it. When I found the car, I was looking for a Fox body for a long period of time because when I worked for delivery at auto parts where my dad used to do machine work, the owner was given an '86 Mustang GT because he sold so many motorcraft parts in 1 year. They gave him a Mustang GT. So
okay, hold on one second. Hold on. Before you get further in that story, Dr. Donald Walter said, "I remember rechroming the bumpers." Do you know they don't rechrome no more? They use sprayer chrome.
Right, because isn't something
a lot of people don't know
chrome?
that.
Didn't they make something illegal in the chrome, like the actual traditional way they used to do it? That one of the chemicals became illegal. The original
traditional way where you dipped it. It's still some places that do it,
right?
But there's a place not too far from me here, and I was gonna get my bumpers rechrome. He said, "Oh, you're looking at $1,000 for both of them."
Yeah.
I said, "Really?"
Yeah.
I said, "You know, I'm thinking it'll be more." He said, "No, that's what they cost. This is what we do." As a matter of fact, we have one we're doing now, and some wheels we're doing. And I watched them do it, and they did the sprayer chrome, and it just sat on the spindle spinning, and it was just spraying,
Yep.
they oxidized, did all this stuff, and they sprayed this other stuff on. Next thing you know, it just started turning chrome.
Right, and it's
And
supposed
then
to
they
be more
blew all
durable
the
than the.
excess off, and then put a heavy solid clear on it,
That's
and
it.
that was it.
Yeah, yeah. And it's supposed to be really, really good. It's supposed to, last longer. It doesn't tarnish as bad as the older chrome, but I don't know, man. I'm sometimes the old school in me sometimes says I'll believe it when I see it. It's just like, so there's so many different things that they've changed over the years with all the different processes. And I always say if it's done right, it's going to be good. But the problem is you have so many different shops out there that they say they know what they're doing, man, but they give everything a bad name, from motor swaps to clutch repairs and stuff like that. I hear nightmares, especially in New York. Any place with a gate in the parking lot becomes a mechanic shop if you if you give it a chance, right?
Yeah.
Some guy comes, he puts a jack
Yeah,
out there.
especially when I went home for my niece's graduation, and I was on the other side of Queens Boulevard, and I seen all these little shops popped up on them. I was like, they wasn't here when I was here last year.
Right. And you got to be careful.
Even when I went up to LAI, I was like, damn, there's a lot of new shit over here.
See, you guys are lucky out there in the Midwest. You guys all talk word of mouth. You share the information, so you guys know the good shops. You guys kind of know who's what and who doesn't know it. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing. But in New York, it's so hit or miss because you could get referred to a guy that 2 weeks ago was doing crackerjack job, and now all of a sudden he's got some issue or whatever. His guy that was painting for him quit. The real guy that was doing the real work quit, and the work is crap. And the guy that referred you got a great job, but the next guy gets a crap job. You know what I mean? So it's like, damn.
I remember
so
my cousin right there in Brooklyn, off Atlantic Avenue, right before you come into Queens.
Yeah.
He said, man, I was just there visiting. He said, man, this guy, he needs somebody to come paint. And this back when I was still painting heavy. So I said, let me go by there with you. I went and talked to the guy. He said, I don't have nobody painting this car. My paint up to quit on me. And my cousin said, New York Paints. He said, what? He said, I said, yeah, my car's certified. As soon as I said that, that guy was like, look, I'll give you a suit to give you this. How much you charge to paint this car? So I went and looked at it, and it was, what year car was that? It was a 1970 Nova SS. And it was just a shell. And I said, okay. He said, we want the outside paint like the inside. Okay, bet. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's get it done. So I went ahead and just did it real quick. Didn't cost much or anything. Hold on one second. Hold on. Somebody messaged me something. Hold on. Hang with me. Oh, wow. I just realized who that is messaging. Okay. Let's get back to what we're talking about. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Because it's raw and I'm cutting live. So I went there. I painted the car for him. And he paid me good money. He paid me real good money to do it. And he couldn't believe how good I did. He offered me all this kind of money to stay. And I said, dude, I don't live in New York no more. I'm just here visiting for the week. Oh, man, can you come back tomorrow? I was like, can I come back tomorrow? I came back for like 3 days straight and did work for him. He offered me some good money to the point it had me thinking. This was in 2000 and I want to say, when was this? 4, 5, 6, somewhere along in there. And I told him, I said, man, look, I said, I just left New York. I'm in Atlanta now. That's where I was at the time. I was like, I don't see myself living back up here once I got exposed to the green grass there and everywhere else. I said, look, I said, if you need me to come do some heavy stuff for you, you got stuff together, hit me up. I'll book a flight. I'll come do it, knock it out for you, and do it like that. And I came back a few times and did a lot of that stuff for him.
Right. Yeah. No, if you're good, that's the thing. They'll offer you tons of money, but the problem is people don't stick around. If you're that good, you eventually just get your own shop and go do your own thing. And then the problem is you don't paint anymore. Now you hire people to paint for you. You know what I mean? So that's why they don't really. It's far and few. There are a few shops out here. On Queens Boulevard, you got Speed World, and out in Long Island, you got Rayco. They've been around for. Those guys have all been around for a long time. So, but you know, they're far and few, and most of the guys that did it back in the days, they kind of just went back to the shade tree mechanic. They have a garage at their house set up. They do one car at a time. I got a buddy of mine, Sally Mustang, they call him out here. He does one Mustang at a time, and if he does your Mustang, you're gonna get it done right, you know. But he specializes in 64 to 67. That's it. That's all he does. 64 to 67. His shop is set up. He's got everything he needs for those cars, spare part, blah, blah, blah. And he's happy doing that, you know, because the guys that come to him, again, like, you know, you're building your dream car. You love a guy like him, right? He's gonna do everything to the nines for you. You know what I mean? The way as you see it in your head, he's gonna make
Always up
that
new
car.
boats.
That's it. You know what I mean? And you can't put a price point on that when you see the car roll out. You know? Yes, my love.
Liza's leaving. They're looking for you.
Oh.
Sam, Brooke, they're all leaving.
Okay, I'll come down in a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. All right, guys. I might have to wrap this up for a minute here because I got to go say goodbye to some family folks and stuff like that. But,
hey, well, man, I appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, man. Listen, I'd love to do it again. Maybe, you know what? I think I got to have you take over my channel now next. You know what I mean? I think it's only right.
Okay.
And definitely, you know, everybody, please tune in New York's Lives. Tune into his interviews. I want to give you a tremendous shout out, my brother. What you're doing here is much needed in the YouTube community. It's a great networking point, and I just want to thank you for having me on your channel, allowing me to take over for a little while. And thanks for everybody tuning in. Make sure we're smashing that like. Make sure we get in the comment section good, and make sure we keep supporting each other.
Definitely. Well, y'all, shout out to Jimmy Durango for coming through. He's coming through again another time.
Yep, next time
I'll
see
win,
you guys.
but he's definitely coming through again.
All right. Be good, all. Stay blessed. And Gong Shifatai. Happy New Year.
All right. Same to you, bro.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Man, I definitely grace this place for coming in. Man, y'all don't know. We talked for a while, and we're from the same neighborhood, and this is so crazy. Yo, what up, Thrice? What up, Loco? I ain't see you walk up in here. What's up? We're actually from the same neighborhood. I mean, he's from where Shea Stadium is, but it's not too far from where I'm from. And we know some of the same people, and we chopped it up about a lot of things, about cars and whatnot, and about a lot of things going on. Local unit garage working. Hey, man, I feel you. I know you're doing those double swaps. Those double swaps. Matter of fact, look, I gotta hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up about the hotel situation for March. I gotta actually call them up back on Monday. They kind of make me going around and around. Bilo, you still up in here? Kick back, man. I'm glad you're still up in the place to be. Dr. Dama, I haven't forgot about you. I saw you was asking some things. You said Super Sport Shelby 2. I'm not sure exactly what you was talking about, Donna. But if you're still in here, reiterate what you were saying, I'll go ahead and answer that for you. I got my flights too. Yeah, look, I know you got your flights. I'm gonna end up just driving down, but because it ain't that far, and I'm cool with it. But when I was doing the thing online, it wouldn't let me do the pay when I got there, and I don't know why it wouldn't let me take care of some of my stuff. I don't know what was going on, so I gotta call them and go through a whole loop and find what's going on, because I told them how I was trying to do it, because I had that one free room and I had my points as well. So yeah, I was trying to do some things. I'm gonna have to call them. I didn't get a chance to tell you what I was doing with that yet, but I'll hit you up about that. You said, yeah, man, I'm reclining, having a couple of drinks. Man, that sounds like a good idea. Recline back, have a couple of drinks. But man, I had to do this live today because I had to catch Memphis Mike. Shout out to Memphis Mike for coming through. I definitely had to do it to catch my boy Durango. Shout out to him for coming through, blessing us with something, man. First time I did the double live like this with double feature people, man. I love it. You know, granted, it ain't everybody here like it normally is. You know, it's all good. I ain't even worried about that. Yeah, Mr. John, slide me one of them beers. I'll take one of them right about now. In other news, though, Queen B, if you're still in here, let me know if you're still in here. Please let me know if you're still in here. He said the Super Sport was related to him talking about SS Nova. Oh, yeah, that's what it meant. Yeah, Super Sport is SS Nova. Super Sport is SS. Yes, you're right. Right, Dr. Donna, you are so right. One of the other things I was going to talk about was I had an issue that happened with my engine that's going to put in. I wish I took some pictures of it, but basically my manifolds, I blew them wide open. We blew them wide open on dyno. So I got to order some new manifolds. Luckily, the company, they were selling the warranty, so send them back to them, and I'm ordering some different ones once I get that money back from that. But yeah, they turned red hot and just blew. They split. Yeah, loco, they split. They split. I couldn't believe how they split. We saw them red hot, and it was right at the end, and right when all that back pressure went back, you heard, and I was like, what the hell was that? Split wide open. So it's all good, though. The company, we call them, let them know what's going on, send them pictures of it. They was like, send it back, send your money back, not a problem. It's fine. So going with something bigger, better, stronger. It's all good. Not really too much worried about it. It's all good. I ain't worried about it. We ain't crying over spilled milk. I was like, damn, but I'm glad it happened out there instead of in the car. Because then that means I'd have to do something better. Yeah, look what I was just saying. Bet on down in the car because, man, that'd have been so crazy how they split in the car like that. Because, I mean, they got red hot. And all we was doing, and it had to deal with the Pro Charger, but it said it's compatible with it. So, I don't know. But send them back. Everything's happened with it. It's all good. Getting new ones. Not a problem. So we'll get the money back from that. Also, for y'all, I got some more footage coming as well. One of them might be from the footage today because I went to the KU game, KU Tennessee game. So I might just go ahead and throw it up. Some of my folks that have been kind of watching from my last one that I did like that. Mr. Johnny said that don't sound good. Mine are eBay stainless short too, surprisingly good. Well, John, the thing about it is with that horsepower and with that Pro Charger that we stuck on it, a Pro Supercharger, whatever you want to call it, man, whew, the response is better than what I already had from what I had on there, from that Harley one that we stuck on there. And man, it just made a split. I'm just glad it happened on the stand. So, excuse me, y'all. So right after they cooled off and whatnot, we went ahead and just snatched them off. And yeah, they split like crazy. Just spitting flames. You know what? I wouldn't say just spitting flames. They were doing something. They're cast stainless steel. They were actually cast. But what I'm going with now is something thicker, bigger, better. And I have to just a little bit of modification to it when they come because the curve in that I need to go down from the subframe, or should I say from the frame, I have to just kind of change some things up. But not a problem. I'm just glad, like I said, I'm glad. I'm like local. I'm glad it happened on a machine instead of in the car. And it's all good though. Appreciate you for sharing my stream. I appreciate it. Man, yo, shout out to her right here, y'all. Every time she does her live, she shares everything that I do. When I hit up and say, you know, telling everyone to smash the like button, she always shares all my stuff through her whole platform. Shout out to her, man. Shout out to you. Thrice shout out to you. You know, at times I be having a hard time pronouncing. You know, I'm like, okay, is it thrice capped? Is it thrice this? So I said, you know, I'm just gonna call it thrice from now on. But you know what? Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Y'all, I know I've been on this live over an hour. I was glad to get them through and whatnot. I had a message, and I was waiting to see if they either came through or what, but I don't think it was coming through. And I ain't gonna say that. And then they said a message that, you know, what's up? I told them what I was doing right now, and I didn't know if they was gonna try to come through or what. So I'm just gonna leave it at how it is. Hopefully everybody had a great, wonderful Saturday today. Like I said, I know I did. Had a great time today at the game. Man, it was so crazy. I guess Queen Bee might have left me to tell a story. I wasn't going to tell stories none that she was here, but I'll tell this one. Tonight, Peyton Manning was there at the game because it was against Tennessee, and he is Mr. Tennessee. That's where he went to college at, folks that don't know. But those that don't know, Peyton Manning's quarterback. He's a retired Hall of Famer quarterback. He played for the Colts for all those years. Won a Super Bowl with the Colts. He also played with Denver. Went out with a bang, retired from Denver, and he was there. And I was telling folks, "Yo, that's Peyton Manning." They was like, "What?" And when we were sitting, you couldn't tell. I said, "Yeah, he had his hat up. That's Peyton Manning." And that's why he got all the people around. That's why all the people coming to him. And it was showing live on ESPN today. And yeah, he was there, and I got some footage of him. I'm gonna put it together with that. And there's some far footage. I wasn't trying to go walk all the way back down there. And even if they would, I don't even know if they would let me down there. But even if they would, have walked all the way back down just to get that footage and come all the way back up. So it was all good. We didn't even sweat it. Yes, indeed. Also working. Thank you for the live stream. Appreciate you, Dr. Don, for stopping through. Appreciate y'all for hanging in there. Like I said, I know it's not one of my normal days. That's why I wasn't a whole lot of people in. A lot of people look for my Tuesdays and Thursdays. But being Queen Bee is not in right now. I'm gonna save my stories because we've been on here for an hour and 15 minutes. Usually I try to keep everybody more than an hour. So I'm gonna save those stories for the next one. Tune in, definitely Tuesday. Tune in. I have a definitely good special guest coming through on Tuesday. Not to say all my guest special, all of them are special, but he is coming through. I'm waiting for him to approve the promo I did. I'm gonna drop it on IG, so y'all get a chance to see it. But man, when he dropped through, man, it's gonna be something epic. It's gonna be something epic. Any questions? Anybody got any questions before I go ahead and end this live? Wait and see. Wait and see. Okay, I guess not. All right. Y'all be safe out there. There's a lot of crazy people out there. Be safe. Look around. Keep your head on the swivel. Stay prayed up. And I will see y'all on Tuesday. Until then, peace.